guys, Jake and Marisa, back again for more live reactions to
Kaitou Sentai Lupinranger.
This is Keisatsu Sentai Patranger.
I almost said Q-Ranger again.
Pew, 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 pew.
I did. I almost did Q-Ranger again.
Yeah. It's okay. Old habits die hard.
They do. They do. It could be worse.
Yeah.
It could be Dino Charge, which I spent half of saying Dino Thunder.
Yeah, which was not even one of our live reactions.
Yeah.
And took place, like 15 years ago. Well, 14 years ago.
Oh, Dino Thunder. Yes,
Yeah.
Dino Thunder was 15 years ago. Dino Charge was not 15 years ago. We are not that old.
That's right. Dino Thunder, though, was 14 years ago. I mean, we're fairly old. We're getting decrepit. Looking up the lyrics?
Yeah.
Okay.
You probably have some Power Rangers news or whatever.
Nothing really this week. We still haven't learned anything new on the Hasbro front, or at least nothing that I've seen. I was focused more on getting the ball rolling with the new summer semester. I've got 2 more classes for the next 2 months, so that's keeping me busy. Yeah, apart from that, it's been a pretty quiet week. Like we're still waiting to get more information on what is going to be entailed in these changes that we'll be seeing as a result of Hasbro purchasing. I'm still fairly convinced that from a production standpoint, the show will stay the same for the first year at least. I'd be very surprised if Beast Morphers wasn't basically going to be put together by the same team, considering, you know.
You had a really good theory about why they're doing Beast Morphers.
Oh, this was what the idea.
The toy thing.
Oh, that wasn't my theory.
Oh, okay.
That was somebody else's.
Well, I heard it from you.
Fair enough. The idea that maybe they're using the back catalog of Sentai until the new deal with Toei is finalized for Hasbro. But that being said, I think that when Disney purchased it, I think that the deal with Toei just kind of came with it.
You might be just attached to the property.
But I mean, they might be, you know, using an older season while they renegotiate some new deals going forwards. Because there are a few things with Toei that, you know, you could always work to improve. Like they might want, you know, more control over the direction of the Sentai, or maybe they want to have the freedom to license a potential animated series, which are both things that have been talked about in the past, but that they really haven't ever been able to do, because the Toei has so much power. But Hasbro is a bit of a bigger hitter than Saban Brands is, so they might be able to swing their weight. And although they're obviously not as powerful as Disney did not.
The only thing I can figure out when
much.
you talk about an animated series of Sentai is that one that we saw at Genericon that one year with the businessman.
I vaguely remember. I remember hearing about that. I never ended up seeing it.
Oh, I saw.
But I remember what you're talking
You
about.
might have been doing something else at the time. I definitely went to go see that, and it was like
ridiculous
business Sentai people who had superpowers, like throwing business cards.
Yeah, I remember that being a thing, but I never saw it.
And it was
I feel like I should see that.
hilarious.
I still need to see.
I mean, it was
After 5 at some point.
What is that term? There is a term that I cannot remember right now for office for like guys who just work at a company for
guys who are permanent businessmen, basically.
Yeah. Salarymen.
Salarymen.
It was a salaryman Sentai.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see after 5. I'd like to see a Kiba Ranger. Those are both supposed to be very fun. Or that after 5
Wasn't
is...
Lupinranger based on, like, Akibara fashion?
A little bit, yeah. That's where the
That could be
Akiba
fun.
comes from. They had 2 seasons.
Akibara street fashion.
And,
some of the things they do are completely absurd, but then you have some of the things that they do that are like Rococo era French Lolita, and you're just like, wow, that's actually really put together. And then you have Ganguro,
okay.
where they paint their faces completely freaking orange because they're trying to look like they have a tan from California, and dye their hair as blonde and use white eyeliner, and it looks kind of disturbing.
Yeah. Yeah. Orange skin, blonde hair.
Yeah, in
That's
retrospect.
disturbing.
In retrospect.
That is disturbing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And white eyeliner, though, because that just...
Let's move on from those thoughts.
I killed a deer clops using 2 tree guards and the bearger.
That nonsense was about a game.
Don't starve together.
Yeah, Marisa really likes that game.
I've never killed a deer clops before!
Congratulations! Anyway, we should watch some Sentai. Because mostly I was stalling with the Hasbro discussion. Because you were looking things up.
I finished that a little while ago.
Yeah. Anywho. Wake it up. Computer. There it goes. Alright, so. Time for episode 13 of
Kaitou Sentai Lupinranger!
versus Keisatsu Sentai Patranger. The best and worst day off. Play.
I wonder if it's best for one team and worst for the other.
There it goes. Magical sound.
I love that magical sound.
It's a great sound. I'm amused.
Oh! Hot tea's too hot.
Yep. I'm amused
I've
how
had that experience so many times at those restaurants because the cups have no handle.
Every one of these, I point to you for the Kaitou Sentai Lupinranger,
And every time
you're surprised every time.
Yep.
There we go. Cuddles plushies. I'm betting that she cuddles plushies on her day off.
Oh, okay, so the girls have the day off.
That's gonna
Because
be
remember
cute.
you said before that it was a girls' team-up?
Yeah. She's uncharacteristically excited. What? What's Tsukasa up to? Is she going on a date? Who's she meeting?
I don't know, they're playing the high-flying violins version of the...
Yeah. I finally see you. Mysterious treasures left by the Phantom Thief, often Lupin, known as the Lupin Collection, have been stolen by the gamblers. The thieves who fight to recover what they've lost. The police who fight to protect world peace. Whose side are you on?
Lupinranger.
Yami no naka de 二人にはsilhouette この主体知りたけりゃ catch me if you can Destiny 予告する本当の命を理解するものだけに放つ門外パーツのコレクション
Hold up,
Blue pen Running you can Gonna chase you up 奪けすこの時時は特さためなうませ Running you can Chase you up 奴らにある鮮やかに Lupinranger It's showdown. We
actually got ahead.
We got a little ahead.
We're usually behind.
We were definitely out of sync. We apologize for the dissonance. We're working on it. I know that it's we're still definitely in cringe mode for some people.
Yeah. We wanted to film this episode last night, in which case we would have had more time to practice, but our neighbors were playing music really loud.
They were having like a party or something outside, I think, for the kids.
Yeah, there were kids everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know what was going on. Maybe it's a birthday party.
Yeah, maybe it was just a block party. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they were having fun, so...
It's a shinobi.
Ooh.
Instead. Yeah.
Shinobi.
Yeah.
Like risky.
Okay. It's supposed to be... She's some sort
Hey,
of
her theme is playing at, like, triple speed.
I feel like... You know what I think this might be the Gangler theme, and it might be just a melded theme of the characters.
Oh!
Apparently she's not a fan of Ghosh. What's going on today here? So where is Umika? Are they having the girls' day out? Is that what's happening? Or is... Aww. It's a stamp rally. That's who she wants to see, the mascot. They're both embarrassed.
I didn't want to run into anyone I knew!
Oh, that's cute.
No, I think she's embarrassed.
Yeah.
And she's afraid of the police.
Yeah. Oh, this is adorable. Oh. Pair tickets. They gotta work together. We can eat. It's the one saving grace. Yeah.
They just have to work together.
Yep.
So, it's not a matter of if you buy a certain number of these things,
You gotta go.
stuffed animals. You have to do certain tasks. Okay, and one of them is...
Climbing the rope thing. Oh, that's fun.
which is turned off.
Huh.
That's one of those things that's supposed to pull you up.
Yeah. Why are you putting a poncho on? Oh, she does not know what this ride is.
Because it's a log flume.
Yep. This is fun. Yep. This is cute. Just one more left to go, it looks like. The horror hospital.
Is this a thing they have in Japan?
I guess.
Stuffed animal rallies, or was it made up for this episode?
I'm sure this is a thing. This is so...
Where's Umika?
Is she scared of haunted houses? No, she's already in there. She was being overly dramatic.
You know there's a gangler in here, right?
Probably. It's probably the shinobi in here. She's not scared of this at all.
No, wait. Risky's a shinigami.
That's what you're thinking of.
She's the one who's afraid. That's why she was asking to hold hands.
That was a little creepy. This is adorable. This is just the episode. This is just an episode of adorable. Aww, that reminds her of her friend. Her friend was always scared too. Hug.
大丈夫だよ。すいません。友達と来た時のことを思い出しちゃって。
The Patrangers know about the people they lost.
Yeah, that's true.
So what's a shinobi? Because I'm getting shinobi
It's-
and
it's-
shinigami mixed up.
It's just sort of like a ninja. If I recall correctly. Ooh.
Series of video game
Yeah.
created by Sega. Oh, it just means ninja.
Yeah. I was trying to think on what the specifics of it meant, but it's a type of ninja. I was getting confused with Kunoichi for a moment because it's a female ninja, but apparently
今
not.
日来たのもその子が大好きなフワパンのぬいぐるみゲットするためなんです。
Oh, so we know why she was there, because she was obsessed with stuffed animals, but
Yeah.
Umiko was there specifically because
Her friend really.
loved that particular character.
なんだといきなり現れてみんなを
Well, now we're in her wheelhouse.
Yep. She's gonna go fight the gangler, and Umika's gonna hold back a little bit until she can morph.
この人たちをお願いしてもいいか
Yep. Good.
私はギャングラーを倒しに行く君は
Oh, my purse.
そこで待っていてくれ絶対に動いちゃいけないいいな
Right, because
Yeah.
she doesn't think she's a Lupinranger.
Right.
Because they did all that business. And leave your purse with Umika!
Eh.
もしコレクション持ってるやつ倒されたらやばい
Yeah, she can't stick around with these guys.
We should put them in the...
いけるかも
Why? Why do you need a
Why
costume
don't you-
change when you already can morph? Morphing is a costume change. What is about this you don't understand?
People keep pointing out that she's a fashion designer.
It
Apparently
doesn't
that's what
matter.
she was going to college for. Her friend was going to be a mangaka and she was going to be a fashion designer. So they must have been going to some sort of creative college.
Yeah, that's nice, but why does she just morph? Nobody can see her face at all. It's a much better disguise.
分かったすぐに向かうコレクションを取るまでギャングラーを倒されるなよ俺たちもすぐ行く
I find it interesting that we seem to have.
I just hope they get their stuffed animals at the end of all this.
倒すのはいいけど
There you go.
お前理性いるそうかってなことを言うな
Nice. Just dragging her away by the foot. Oh, slap. Oh dear. Yep, one of those. That's a classic. Chained together gimmick.
It does make fights very interesting. Oh no, they demorphed!
But she's got the mask. Okay, so it has some value.
I guess that's why you need disguise, in case you get forcibly demorphed.
I guess so. Still.
Oh no.
No, the mask seems intact.
No, but she just got hit in the face. That can't be good.
Yeah. Alright.
Really? The Gangler is no match for a small pipe.
I mean, a pipe can be pretty good at Holy door shut. Yeah, they're just gonna run smack into the thing, I think. Yep. There they go. What just happened? I think that may have just been a cool thing when they hit the mask.
They both have the same injury right here.
Yeah.
真面目な話をするぞ。奴が鎖鎌を出した時がチャンスだ。そうか。うちらの武器がダメならあいつの武器で。万が一どっちかの腕が飛んだとしても恨みっこなしでいいな。
Okay, sure.
そうと決まったら行くぞ。
No hard feelings if one of us loses an arm. Ooh, she hurt her leg?
結構心配かも。大丈夫だ。痛みは我慢すれば済む。お前に言ってもわからないだろうが、私たちはギャングラーから多くの人々を守れなかった。
Yeah.
もうこれ以上犠牲者を増やしたくないんだ。
No more victims. That's legit. Let's see if this
Pain
does
is nothing
anything.
if you can bear it.
Yeah. Nope.
No dice
Still
in the
nothing.
RPM wheel.
Yep.
乗っからせてもらうか。そうだな。
Just add a little boost. Nice. Helicopter. Whew. Nice. Silliness. Alright.
Nice Matrix move there.
Yeah.
How much?
There
the
we go, we
biggest
got the side. Is that gonna work? There we go. Morph time. Admit. No, high fives. I don't intend on fraternizing.
甘く見るな。こうしてる間にもどうすればお前を利用してあいつに勝てるかを考えてるんだからな。とか言ってると逆に私に利用されるかもよ。面白い。やれるものならやってみろ。警察戦士、最強戦士。
That's good.
Patranger!
There we go. There we go. Quick Charlie's Angels pose. Okay, sure. I like the sax solo there. I do really like their use of close quarters fights in this show. It's pretty great. The whole sort of gun kata aesthetic is pretty amazing. Cucumber scythe crash? Really? Ouch. That's not nice. Just use Tsukasa as a human shield? Really? Oh my god. It is literally a cucumber scythe. We got the other Lupins? No? Oh, okay.
They planned this.
Fair enough. Oh, because the mask.
怪盗が私に倒れかかった時これを胸に仕込んできたんだ
Because the mask could withstand the sight. That's why that was important detail.
これ以上長引くのはお互い辛いからねうるさいよくやったヒーロー
Nice. Ouch. Wow. He's coming for the finisher.
Now, are they going to help Tsukasa out of the park now and meet up with the boys who are like,
Yeah.
the Patrangers have helped her? Why?
Yeah.
You have boobs made of bones, and that bothers me.
I don't think those are bones. Huh?
They look like a skeleton. It's a spine with...
I guess so. Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, that's fair. It's very similar to the patterning with the whole bandoliers thing that she's got going. Yeah. These two girls hate each other. They look like trilobites.
Yeah.
Time for Lupinrangers. There we go.
Well, I mean, Tsukasa,
Yeah, Tsukasa is
she's down.
Yeah. Gumbo Dad. We'll probably get some more blade and scissors this time around.
Kaiser just means like king, right?
Yeah. We got Lupin-Kaiser and Patranger. Cyclone. Whoosh.
She's having a bad day.
Yeah.
I feel like I recognize this voice actor.
I have no idea. My ability to differentiate voices when it's foreign language is pretty limited.
That's interesting.
What?
I mean, as long as they're still speaking the foreign language I heard them in before. I mean, obviously, there would probably be some difficulty if I heard them in one language and then heard them in a different one, but they're
Right.
still speaking Japanese, so...
I mean, I could probably recognize them to an extent, but it's more difficult. Whoosh. It's nice they can use the shield as a jet on the arm. It's interesting.
6 by 10 by
I don't know what that meant.
measurements.
16 by 10? What is that measuring?
I don't know, but...
I don't know what that was measuring. That's sweet. She's really worn out. Nice. Sweet. She's being so emotional right now. Did she get the right one? Yep, there it is. What's wrong? Is the wrong one? What's going on? It's the wrong one? Oh, she wanted portado. apparently, yeah, we didn't even know there was a second one.
Yeah, we didn't know that. Well
Oh,
blocked.
yeah, exactly. Oh, we get a new Zord and the big boss comes out.
Oh,
It's like it's gonna be a rough time for everybody.
yeah.
ご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りしました。
Well, I guess the Patrangers are a little due for a new Zord,
Yep.
seeing as how Lupinrangers have blade and scissors to play around with.
I think it's very interesting that they managed to get us through that whole episode without letting us know there was a second stuffed animal,
Yeah,
without it making the dialogue chunky.
yeah,
They were essentially playing the pronoun game with stuffed animals.
yeah. It's a shame that she didn't get the right one. I feel kind of bad for. Tsukasa had a rough time this episode.
Yeah, I guess that makes
She got beat up
She's the
pretty
one who had
hard.
the worst day off. Umiki had the best day off.
She had a pretty good one, yeah. Yeah, she had a rough time. She got beat up worse, and she didn't get the right plushie.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
But it is interesting that Umika somehow managed to. Because here's the thing, she slipped it under my dress, right? She says, but
Yeah, I know.
she was morphed at the time.
Yeah, I know.
So, is there an opening in the front of that you can like?
I don't know. It's maybe it's a thing where if you intend to do this, you can do that. I don't know.
I don't know, they didn't have much time to pull it off.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
That was some pretty impressive sleight of hand there.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to look up that voice actor, but I highly doubt that the English version of the cast list for the minor characters is available yet.
I mean, you can always check. I honestly have no idea. But yeah, this was, we once again seem to be on a bit of a filler
There's a
trend.
list of the Ganglers.
Yep. So that one was the one from 13.
Well, Capture.
Do they say voice actor Satomi?
Ara.
I can.
Arai.
But all they have on this page is.
Satomi Arai.
Well, you can look that up if that is someone you've heard of.
I don't know. But what I can do is see if I look at her credits.
Yeah, if you find
I
anything.
see anything that I'm like, oh, she's that character.
But yeah, we're not getting too much plot lately. It looks like we'll be making up for that next week with the big with the big showdown. It looks like against the Dawn. But this is our third sort of fluff standalone neuro.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we get some more plot happening next week, because I always like forward progression in these stories. But I like that we got some focus on Tsukasa and Umika together. That was cute. The setup with the mask thing was somewhat clever. I was curious why they emphasized it, and it became clear later on. That is a weirdly resilient mask
It
that
really
she
is.
found lying around. And I guess that costume did end up paying off as far as, preparing her in case she's forcibly demorphed, but still feels a little weird to me.
Yeah.
The whole grabbing a costume before you can go into battle.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's part of the thief thing.
Yeah. Still looking through the,
I think, well, I looked through it the first time and I saw there was something it could be.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to look for something else because I feel that it would be kind of funny if that was actually it.
Yeah. Because it was like something really obscure that you wouldn't expect to remember?
It's something I haven't watched, but my roommate has.
Okay.
Well, my roommate from before we moved in together.
Your roommate from, like,
the one that I watched all the
ago.
anime with that I mentioned last time. Yeah, Code Geass.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you guys watching that.
I didn't watch it.
Well, I remember it
She was always watching it in the living room.
Yeah.
In our shared apartment. So I heard a lot of voices, but I didn't actually put them to any character because I wasn't watching it.
That could be it.
She watched a lot of things I only have.
We've been living together for coming up on 9 years.
Yeah.
It's been a while. So
the thing of it is, it's a minor role in Code Geass. She's like the news reporter. Or maybe it's not a minor role. It's just something, maybe the news reporter reports every episode. I don't know!
I have no idea.
Because I never watched it.
I saw, like, maybe 1 or 2 episodes. I think Johnny Young Bosch was the main guy in that, in the dub, but that's pretty much all I know.
What do I know? My roommate wasn't watching the dub.
That's fair.
If she'd been watching the dub, I might have some idea what the plot was. But because she was watching the subtitles, and I wasn't.
That's a good point. I'm trying to think, I don't know what else. There's not too much
I was
to say
probably
on
just
this one.
sitting there playing The Sims on my computer. No, Minecraft. It would have been Minecraft at that point. Sims was college.
I mean, we had the classic, wrist chained together gimmick.
Yes, we did.
I didn't really do that much
with it. But, it did result in some of the nice fight stuff. And I usually am not really into the fight stuff.
Yeah.
But I do think that some of the moves that they wind up doing when they're chained together, where they use the momentum of the other person and swing off the chain, are kind of cool. So they did manage some of that.
Yeah.
Before they got unchained.
But that whole, working together element wasn't really emphasized during that portion of the fight. It was more emphasized with the ruse.
That too. I was going to say it was also emphasized with that scene in the funhouse before they even had a fight, where Umika was trying to help her not be scared.
Well, yeah, but that was less about teaming up between Rangers and...
True facts, because they don't, well...
She doesn't
know that Umika's the Patranger.
Exactly.
Or Lupinranger.
Lupinranger.
The Patrangers do not know who the Lupinrangers are.
Right.
But the Lupinrangers know who the Patrangers are.
Right. It is a nice play off the whole, secret identity versus open identity that we do tend to alternate back and forth on when it comes to Rangers. It's not so much of a thing with Sentai, but in this case they're actually employing that.
Hi.
I mean, we...
Different cat than the one I was talking to before.
Usually they do play, we do get a little bit more playing around with the bound up wrists than we got in this one. Like, in Samurai we had Mike and Kevin stuck together for an episode, and then we had, Scott and Dylan in RPM.
Yeah, about Scott and Dylan.
The whole, even a shower sequence, which was, that was a little weird.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
One of them stands outside the shower while the other is taking a shower.
Yeah.
And it's so now you gotta switch.
But yeah, this one, I still really like the close quarters fighting on this show. I think it forces them to be more creative with the fights. We're seeing types of fights we haven't really seen.
Is that buzzing
in a while? Yeah, I think
it
so.
is. Okay.
It's...
Sorry, it sounds very much like the sound in Don't Starve Together when you're going crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's the sound my computer makes fairly often.
Yeah.
But yeah, it calls to mind the fights that we saw fairly often in Go Busters. And I feel like we haven't had fight sequences like that in a while. Now, note, I've not seen Tokyuter, and I've not seen Zyuohger, and I've only seen, what's been adapted of Kyoryuger and and Ninja. But I feel like we haven't had these close quarters fights really since Go Busters. And it's nice to have these again, because
there was a really jarring special effect there at one point, though, where they were going down the hall,
yeah,
and the gangler was, like, ostensibly cutting the sheetrock,
yeah,
and the CG of the broken sheetrock behind it was just so bad.
yeah, it was I felt like it was effective enough. You
I mean, you got the idea of what they were going
Yeah.
for, but it was like, "Hi, I am CG."
You see, it didn't bother me much. I think it was just I wasn't distracted because we had the kinetic motion of the camera, and you know, the line that was being drawn in the wall was drawing attention to the to the danger of the scythe. So my eye was focused more on the scythe than it was on the line being drawn, and my mind just kind of filled in the rest.
Fair enough.
But then again, we get to thrown off by different
very
CG
different
things.
CG things.
Like
Which is interesting
we
because
talked
we
about
both took the same courses in college
Yeah.
on how to do CG
yeah.
and how to, like, splice video and things like that, but we both see different tells.
Well, I think the best example was when we saw Rogue One.
Yeah, and
You
I saw Leia,
you were really
gave
thrown
me
off
whiplash,
by Leia,
and you were
I
really
was
thrown off by Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah, because I felt like he looked a lot more CG, but she looked a lot more off to you.
Yeah.
She was more Uncanny Valley to you.
She had Uncanny Valley problems.
The thing about Tarkin, though, was just that
Well, as I pointed out,
He's
one
clearly
of the
not
things that you
really
keyed
there.
in on
Yeah.
was that he was not really there.
Yeah.
Whereas what bothered me about Leia was an issue at the seam.
Yeah.
It was glaring to me that only part of the person I was looking at was CG.
Yeah.
Whereas with Tarkin, he was all CG.
Yeah.
I mean, in close-up shots, he was all CG.
Yeah.
In long shots, he was...
It was probably a stand-in.
Yeah, he was in
Yeah.
long shots.
Yeah, I find that CG enhancement isn't glaring to me. It's more so CG replacement or insertion. Like when a character is whole cloth CG, or an effect is whole cloth CG, in an otherwise real world, as opposed to when just specific elements of a character are altered with CG. It doesn't bother me that much. Like the de-aging process that we see in a lot of movies do not, they never really jar for me.
Some of them do and some of them don't. Right? So
Yeah.
they've gotten really good at those.
They really have. The aging and de-aging.
They've gotten
in
very good at
post.
those.
Like some people are really thrown off by Peggy Carter in Winter Soldier when she's all aged up, and it doesn't bother me. One thing I still find kind of funny is that the Power Rangers movie from last year, how, for whatever reason, the suits themselves often felt like they were CG, even though they really were there.
It could have something to do with the materials.
I think it has to do with the fact that they were. It was sort of an inverted type of thing of off CG enhancement, where they were fighting against CG monsters, and they had CG enhancement. So, like, the brain just sort of fills in their costumes as being completely CG because they're surrounded by so much CG.
Yeah, whereas when I was watching that, I probably would have been like, "Argh!" at the enhancement and looked at the monster and gone, yeah, that gets a pass.
Fair enough.
The thing of it is that, like, for example...
The CG enhancements on those were really nice.
A whole cloth CG character doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I may know it's CG. I didn't with Tarkin, which was kind of disturbing.
Yeah, he was pretty obviously CG.
Yeah, I
It's
don't know
the
how
eyes.
I missed that. But the thing of it is that when they're whole cloth CG, it doesn't bother me because they are entirely one thing. Like, Jar Jar Binks was annoying as but... Oh,
Too. Anyway.
Jar Jar Binks was very annoying. But his presence as a CG character did not jar anything. Yes.
Let's find, here we go, and...
Seriously?
Here you go. Here's two. We have it. We should use it.
Swear dad.
Anyway. It's been a while since we busted that thing out.
Yeah, it has. It's just that for once I don't have quarters on the couch next to each other.
Yeah, so I had to scrounge up quarters from elsewhere. But anyway.
Digging underneath everything on the coffee table here.
I'm sorry.
I didn't want to go digging, but if you're going to go digging,
yeah.
Fine.
But yeah, the...
Back to the Gangler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just...
But the thing that throws me off about CG humans, the number one thing that they still haven't quite mastered
is the eyes.
Is the eyes. There's something about eyes that you just can't quite recreate yet. It doesn't help that Tarkin has big eyes. And I think the proportions felt just a touch off in Rogue One.
Fair enough. I think part of how that didn't register to me as CG
Yeah.
is the fact that I was completely unaware of the fact that that actor is deceased.
Fair enough.
So I had absolutely no reason to believe that it wasn't him.
I guess.
And so my brain was just like, yeah, sure.
It's got an actor who looks just like him, or...
Well, I didn't know he was dead.
Well, even if you didn't know he was dead, the fact that he would look exactly the same 40 years later...
Have you seen Patrick Stewart?
That's still not 40 years.
I know, but the point was he was already an old dude back then. So a lot of the times people who looked like old dudes already just continue to look like the same old dude.
They still... It's 40 years. Patrick Stewart, yeah, he hasn't aged in the last, 20 to... Maybe... He's still aging. It's slow, but he is still aging.
Thank you.
But 40 years is... Nobody stays looking the same for 40 years.
What can I say? It did not occur to me.
Okay.
Because I was just thinking old dude stays old dude in a Patrick Stewart kind of way.
Okay. Anyway.
I mean, he's not the only one. There are plenty of old dudes who do that. I just can't come up with anyone else off the top of my head.
But it's usually more of maybe for 20 years, people will look the same. But 40 years, that's pushing it too hard.
Alright.
Because even, think about it this way. If he was 50, he'd be 90. No 90-year-old looks like a 50-year-old.
Well, I'm pretty sure that usually what happens in those cases is they wind up looking old when they're 30. And they just stay that way until they actually catch up to the correct age.
I'm just saying. That'd still be 30 to 70.
Alright, fair enough. Also, I wasn't, sitting there doing the math on how long the last Star Wars was.
I know. I'm just saying. Anyway.
So, that Gangler theme may actually be an everybody theme.
Yeah, it may have each leitmotif for each Gangler fully incorporated in, which would be cool. I don't know. I would need to parse it out more.
Yeah.
I'm not great
it's
on...
the same song, but at a different speed.
I'm not great on music in that regard.
Yeah, I'm more of the leitmotif kind of person. I was like, hey!
But yeah, we kind of skewed off for a while there on some CG elements, and there's not... I feel like there isn't really too much else to say on this one. It was a pretty...
I would have liked to
fluff
see
episode.
in the conversation in the, when they were both in costume, well, no,
When they were chained together?
Yeah, when they were chained together, and she was talking about how, I've already let so many people, I don't want to see any more victims. I would have liked to have seen some more from Umika there. If she had been like, you know what, I don't want that either,
Yeah,
you know.
I feel like
We have a problem with the Ganglers too. We don't. We do want the pieces, the collection pieces, but we are also worried about the people that the Ganglers are hurting.
Yeah. I do. It would be nice if they shared a little bit of their motivation with the Patrangers.
Exactly.
I mean, the danger inherent in that is giving away their identities, which is why I assume that she's holding back on that.
Well, that's why I said, you know, we are also, and why I did not expect her to mention that she lost someone specifically to the Ganglers, which would be too close to home. But just to say that, you know, we are also trying to...
Yeah, that would have been nice.
We don't want anyone to be hurt by the Ganglers either.
Right.
We don't want to see any more victims either.
Yeah. Just a little bit more. Umika's very tight-lipped when she's dealing with the Patrangers. And it would be nice to see, you know, the groups kind of work through their differences, but I guess they gotta contrive to keep them apart for longer to keep up the gimmick of the season, which leads to some things feeling a little forced.
Yeah, basically.
So
that just it seemed like Umika was a little uncharacteristically less sympathetic in that scene than she could have been.
fair enough.
Then again,
She was
writing it like that made it somewhat more believable to us when she used Tsukasa as a human shield and was like,
well, they had played up the whole
I might be the one who uses
I might use you, no, I'll use you, and they made it work. All right, so I know you got to get to work.
It's true, I do.
Because it is, we're doing an early morning thing.
Yeah, we mentioned that before, because the neighbors were having a little party down the lawn.
Yep. So I think we're about wrapped up for this week. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Big Don on Quarry. We'll see hopefully that'll be a big game changer between New Zord and the big bad coming out into the field. So that should be fun. So until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you.
That pig plushie was ugly looking.
Pork Tato.